Here we are again discussing a very controversial product that I really like how I discussed the iPhone SE3 from years back. Now, if you come here to say for X price you can get this for better specs, well, I recommend you to watch before judging because this video is made specifically for you. Okay, with that out of the way, this is the review of the Galaxy Tab S10 FE Wi-Fi. That's a mouthful. Right, let's start with the first impressions with the tablet, since first impressions really does matter when you want customers. Now, in my hands is the blue Tab S10 FE, and let me tell you, this is one striking color. I really love how it matches with my Tissot PRX Nice Blue, and good luck with the custom keyboard, does make it match seamlessly. We'll touch a little bit on good luck later. I have a lot of things to say about it. The device is built with aluminium, and the antenna breaks are blue as well, and they made sure as heck that the blue looks beautiful. Side-mounted fingerprint reader on the front camera side, which is oriented in landscape for this tab, and next to the front camera is a hidden sensor with the volume buttons located below the fingerprint reader, and two microphones located on the same side as well. Dual speakers, as well as one located on the right, Type-C charging port at the right side as well with no plastic protection. Then one microphone and a SIM if you opt for the SIM version, or SD card tray, and one speaker on the left. It is very clear that Samsung wants you to treat this device as a landscape one instead of a portrait one. And on the same side, you'll be able to see the second sensor for the tablet. On the bottom is the docking point of the keyboard, which we'll get onto later. And then the back, you see the full antennas flowing through the sides of the tablet, and an inlaid Samsung logo in the same shade of blue the antennas are. The camera bump is built with a different piece of aluminium, and the glass has a blue ring going for it. Now, I'll be willing to give the design full marks for how great this tablet looks. It is, after all, pretty good looking. Then let's take a look at the front of the tablet. As mentioned, horizontally mounted front camera with even black bezels surrounding the 10.9-inch IPS LCD display at a resolution of 2304x1440p. Since this is an LCD, it doesn't really need any special pixel arrangement like OLED does, so we are getting the full 249 pixels per inch on this tablet. I think this is a very good and very bright LCD panel. Samsung has historically excelled in the display department aside from the green light issues. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. I've heard so many people saying with the price of this you can get a Xiaomi pad or OnePlus or Oppo pad with far superior SoCs, blah 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 blah. If common sense still exists, no one buys a Tab S10 FE just for performance. Well, do you think a tablet with pen support that comes with a pen-free inbox also works on their Ultra flagships, which I'm filming a video on right now, because this is the only option that exists and does it flawlessly. There isn't any other tablets like this where the pen can work with the phone. Second, 6 years or 7 years of support. If you doubt they can run well after the updates, take a look at the Galaxy S7. It still run up to Android 14, so why can't the much faster Tab S10 FE? Now, the whole thing about Exynos devices are that people who never use them bash them more than people who use them. Of all the Exynos devices I've used, including the problematic ones, I have faced absolutely zero issues with them at all. In the first few days of using this, I thought it used the flagship chip until I did my research. It's the Exynos 1580. When it comes to performance, it has been very consistent with very minor stutters when using the device extensively. Keep in mind that I'm using this tab alongside the S24 Ultra, which is a phone with the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, and there are literal negligible differences between the two when I was using them. It's a lot like my CMF Phone 1, where the processor is average, but the software is very optimized to the point that it felt like a flagship. However, if you game a lot, then those Chinese brands will suit you better. The reason why I didn't go for the Chinese brands is because I find their software troublesome to navigate, and I need a tab that does everything well overall. Also, let's admit it, being on YouTube right now isn't a AAA title. Your SoC doesn't need to be this powerful to run everyday apps. Now I'm saying this as I've never used the full potential of the 8 Gen 3 found in my 24 Ultra. Also, the only note-taking app I trust is Samsung Notes. It's just so damn good that I really miss it when I'm using phones from other brands like the CMF Phone 1. In short, get what you need, don't listen to people who don't know what your needs are. Let's talk about what this tablet excels. Note-taking. Forget your S Pen? Well, take out the S Pen from the S24 Ultra or the Note 9 or stuff like that and start writing right away. Want more pen options? Good for you. Wacom pens are easily available. Best part, these pens do not need to be charged unless you're looking for the Bluetooth activated ones with the fancy air gestures. As you know, I try to make sure all my videos are filmed or done on mobile devices, from typing the script with this tablet to filming the video with the S24 Ultra and editing the video with the tablet as well. The magical part about Samsung tabs with S Pens and their S Ultras from the 21 and newer and the Legacy Note series is the fact that using these devices back to back feels extremely seamless. You can lift the pen off the tab and continue navigating those phones with the pen and vice versa. It works so damn well to the point that you can treat the phone as the color palette with this little icon on the Samsung Notes. There's also a screen of memos which you can start on the tab, which I honestly find useless on the tab. On phones, reasonable, because no one will pull out a tab when they need to take out their notes in instant, but I'm assuming that people with these S Ultras do a little cowboy draw when they have an idea, and then these notes will get synced into Samsung Notes. And I'm also assuming that they kept this feature on to ensure the flow, the seamlessness between their phones and tablets. Now, do be noted that you can switch off screen off memos in settings, but I like to keep it on, even though I don't use it. Alright, a little bonus. I would like to talk about the keyboard case that is a freebie when they ran a promotion with this damn thing. So typing on this keyboard is not good. Keys feel flatter than my singing, it's a lot like typing on cardboard, but at least you get things done with it. I won't recommend getting this keyboard if you treat your tab like a bro and not a pro note taker. There's even a trackpad variant of the keyboard which I think will be much better if you use it as like a emergency Chromebook, but definitely overpriced.
Brother,
Then the AI key. How many times did I use it? Actually a few times. Now keep in mind that I use my tab as a note-taking device and sometimes I do need the help from AI. You can switch between Gemini and Bixby via alternate and AI key to see what suits you better, but honestly, Gemini does everything else better. You can customize the hotkeys via settings, general settings, and select your connected keyboard, customize keys, and app shortcuts. Thank me by subscribing. Now that we're at the not so good part, let's talk about the cameras. They are meh. I don't expect good cameras to appear on tablets, but I think I should make fun of it to see how creative I can get with my insults. Just know that it isn't as bad as how I describe it to be. I just want to really see how crazy I can get with insults, and this is probably what people will use to record aliens in 2047. The front one is a 12MP ultra wide that also doubles its war cry. But both cameras definitely do their job, and if you wish to use a Galaxy phone as a camera, you can do that as well with this tab. Basically just imagine this as your meeting kind of camera. It is definitely serviceable. This is in 16:9, but it looks like it's in 21:9 because I'm used to watching 21:9 stuff on my 20:9 phone. Yeah, I think it looks pretty serviceable. It's 4K 30. Alright, so here's the sample 4K 30 max on the Tab S10 FE. This is my guitar. I call it 9 bar because if you translate it to Chinese, sorry, it's called 9 bar, and what that translate back to English means a bar. That's right. Okay, next, let's take a look at the lighting that I use for my videos. It's a very cheap one I bought from Daiso, stuff like that. Then if you know, you know what I wrote in this stuff I use. Okay, let's take a look at why things go blur because of this. This is a you basically, okay, I don't know how to I don't know the word for this, but basically you put on a fragrance into it, then it just diffuses the, I think it's fragrant diffuse. Oh yeah, it's called fragrant diffuser. My replacement guitar string there. Yeah, I have to do this myself. Eddie Rabbit album. Now, the reason why I have a guitar is because I'm forcing myself to learn the guitar. And number two, I want to play the songs that I want to learn to make, basically to play my own songs so that I can use them on my own stuff. So in the future, maybe you might start seeing a lot of songs getting replaced in my channel with a lot of guitar tunes. Now, they are not going to be perfect. I'm not a good player. I just want to make my own in-house music, basically, and avoid all the copyright issues. And this is the CMF phone one. Retired, but still very lovely. And of course, I'm still sick. So that's that. Right. And if you have the SIM version, which mine isn't, you expect maybe an eccentric mass rotor since the flagships use that. Yeah, I don't think it'll be any better on the mid-ranger as well since they are all terrible motors on the tablet. Speakers on this tablet is very solid, and one thing to know is that it can be way too loud. Other than that, I really enjoy the speakers on this tablet. Keep in mind that my Asus Fire 7 and Nitro 15 laptops, which are sound like an abomination, and this tab's lovely. I do find the sound insanely detailed and pleasant. If you don't like the sound profile of the tab, you are able to change that in settings as well. And I find the speakers, as said, extremely loud and clear, and sounds really good to the songs that I listen to from the likes of Eddie Rabbit and The Longest Johns. By the way, good musicians. Every detail from songs from either of them can be brought up properly, which is what I really appreciate. Then, the software. One UI 7 with Android 15 and 7 years of OS updates, or 6? I'm still confused. This is honestly very cool. Now, I said my piece on this matter earlier on, which I will not touch on again. However, as much as I like to praise One UI 7, this version this tablet shipped with is heavily unfinished. And I'm not even talking about the mildly frustrating One UI issues found on my S24 Ultra, which has delayed updates supposedly to iron out the bugs. But the bugs in the S24 Ultra can be extremely unbearable if you wonder what the hell Samsung is doing when they delayed the updates. Okay, y'all want new announcement or not? New, very terrible announcement lah. One UI 8 got new bug. So what is this new bug you see? This is legit One UI 8 I see Okay, so when I scroll down, I scroll up, right? Sometimes I cannot swipe out. I cannot swipe the notification out. I'm stuck here. I'm really stuck here. I cannot. I need to use the back button. You see, now can. But later when I use, I cannot. I cannot stuck again. Very frustrating. You need to go and use the back key again. One UI 7, the bug haven't even finished yet. Then want to delay the software update to the phone. Then when I finally got it, right, I got this type of like thing where I cannot even swipe up to unlock. Never mind. Now, right, lock me in a notification. Oh my god. Are they seriously sleeping? How could the iron out updates have more frustrating issues than the beta updates? It's really ridiculous. Lock screen literally refuses to swipe when I swipe, and the logic on quick panels makes sense for a whale, it doesn't for a human. What even is the logic of separating the notifications from the quick panels if you can't even pull down that can be even swiped back to the old layout? And time after time after time have I heard so many damn complaints about this. Now, as tech nerds, we know how to switch it back, but there's only so many of us. Non-tech nerds have no idea of whatever the cluster hell it takes to switch it back. And my complaints continue on the Tab S10 FE. Now, at least swiping isn't an issue to unlock the tab, and I'm not done with Samsung's nonsense. The charging animation is abysmal for a stable update. Like, what even is going on with the ugly overlays? Who came with this? then I expect the Now Playing Now bar to exist on this device, especially this late into One UI 7's update cycle. So what on actual freak is Samsung thinking? Then some modules with good lock isn't available on this tab day 1, again, this late into One UI 7. Wanna know when's the last time I have had issues like this? My S21 with a leaked build of One UI 7 that is unfinished. Even the S21 featured the Now Playing Now bar with its unfinished software. And thank goodness all these features on the tab is ironed out on, get this, May update in June. Wanna know what devices got the same update treatment? The S21, which also got the security patch sooner, and that is a 4-year-old phone.
Okay, sorry about delays because reasons, and I am doing something that you will hear in the channel pretty soon. But anyway, as of today, actually as of yesterday, 25th of September, we've got One UI 8. So let's continue the video.
Criticism aside, One UI 7 ran smooth across all my devices. Customization options are endless, especially after the tab S10 finally got the updates for home hub to work properly on the device. But once you are able to update, you can create abominations like this. Not just this, your setup can be as cursed as you want. Make the individual icon big or small, tilted up left or left right out, I don't know where the hell you want to tilt it anywhere. Overlap or underlap elements on the home page. I've seen really cursed setup with this, and guys, keep them coming. It's really entertaining. Heck, you can make it extremely infuriating to people who has OCD, and just saying, two of you who complain about Samsung who didn't improve our animations, it looks like Samsung just said, we give up lah, you do yourself. I mean, look at the freedom they gave us. Under gesture settings, switch on home gesture animation tuning, and you see options. Classic, elegance, dynamic, sweet. Simple tuning where it's just a slider to set how you want the animations to look and feel. Then, there's the flagship options. Advanced tuning. Samsung just gave up and gave you spaceship levels worth of tuning. If you love math, X and Y axis is always there for you, like, oh boy, you will see this everywhere. Damping, sniffness, friction, interpolator, skew, blur, vertical move, and duration, blah 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 blah, it's all there, and it's insane that they give you what the engineers of Samsung probably deal with. Now, I won't go into details about all this nonsense, but pause the video to see my setup. Resetting if you screw up is an option as well, so don't worry. And mess with it as much as possible. Who knows, you may come up with the perfect tuning. Oh, and regarding theming of the colors of the screen keyboard, Keys Cafe is the one you use. An insane amount of customization is there for you, and look, Ice Blue keyboard, Ice Blue PRX, and Ice Blue tab, the holy trinity. Setting the keyboard sounds is also available, and I have set it at classic to get that typewriter sound effect, and I really love what I did. Nowbar comes across as a very useful tool. Starters, any current events that are running will be indicated on the top left of the device. Now, example, Now Playing is able to show you your current playing music in real time, and not just that. Should you wish to make any adjustments like changing a song, pause or play, Nowbar can be treated as a widget. When you start a countdown timer, Nowbar will show you the current status of the timer as well. And if you love sports, Google News Nowbar will also appear when there is a sporting game going on. Redesigned icons on One UI 7 as well, though I do think it looks fine and not ugly. I'm definitely not a fan of the redesigned quick panel, and they should have made you decide to keep it obvious and make it obvious on how you like your control panel to be displayed when you update to One UI 7 and or receive a One UI 7 device from the start. Now, most people seriously don't know how to deal with this change, So I'll give you a tutorial here. When you get to the quick panel, expand it all the way down until you see the pencil icon and click on it. Then click on the panel settings and switch the option to together. This is totally fine, but what I don't like is how they went from scrolling left and right for navigating through the options to pulling it down to review the options. It feels like a change for the sake of changing and far less intuitive. Notifications, I feel, shouldn't have that now rounded look to it since the app icons are shown as squircle. It looks out of place. Then I do have to say again, the S Pen seriously is the really good part about the tab. I really enjoyed sketching with the tablet as Samsung Notes really is optimized for this pen. Latency is not as low as the S24 Ultra, but that I assume is because of the fact that the phone is a flagship and not a mid-range like a tablet. I am no professional sketchers, but take a look at the things I sketch with it. And I would like to imagine a professional do a far better job than I do. They can. Overall, I've been really satisfied with the Tab S10 FE, which, sticking to the theme of the for this price you are better off with this other option, I don't think I'll be any happier with the other options. They clearly do not have what I'm searching for in a tablet, and what they offer is not what I'm looking for either. I don't play games on my tab because I find it too bulky to hold on to. I need that software support because I'm very locked into getting my S24 Ultra up to 2031, and that also means I'll lock in with the tablet as well. There's no other brand that makes using the tablet and phone so seamless that you don't even leave the stylus from either. I've been editing videos with this tablet for these 2 months that I had it, and I think the Exynos hate is really heavily unjustified, especially as someone who has used the 2100 and switched to a Snapdragon S24 Ultra. Is it better? No crap, because that's 3 years of upgrades. Have I ever touched all that power? Only when I edit videos, but that is occasional. I can't tell the speed difference side by side for both of those phones as well, and heating issues? Well, my S24 Ultra is getting really warm now, same as my S21 when I do this, so keep that in mind. How on earth will the faster Exynos 1580 compared to the S21's Exynos 2100? Does it fall short in my use case? Now, if it falls short in your use case, pick another tablet, because the other tablets do fall short in my use case, but not the Tab S10 FE. Conclusions. As this is the first time I am reviewing a tablet, there really isn't much for me to say, especially when there are more things on a phone than a tablet that's worth going into. The Tab S10 FE is a great all-rounder if you want a really balanced tab and long software support. However, if you don't care about software updates and want a better balanced tablet, then I'd say go with the Tab S9 that wants an OLED rather than an LCD, and you're getting a Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 chipset for the S9, which does run faster than the mid-range 1580 found on the Tab S10 FE. Or if you want to save more money, the Tab S9 FE will also do you good. If you are like me who values keeping their device for far longer, there really isn't any other options as well priced as the Tab S10 FE when it comes to software support. What I usually find about these devices are that people are too damn quick to judge. They see Exynos, they avoid, they tell everyone not to get it, which introduces a question. Have they thought of the fact that everyone's use case is different? The 1580 is more than enough for me to use on the Tab, and the software and its longevity is what makes me go for the Tab S10 FE. And I dare bet that the same people never even use the Tab at all would judge the Tab by the specifications. By this metric, the iPhone 16e is the best phone ever because it's the cheapest iPhone with the best chipset from Apple, and the 16 Pro Max is overpriced for the same reason alone. I'm laughing at it. The thing is, the processor doesn't define whether the device is good or bad unless there are awful pricing on it, which I do think the Tab S10 FE is fairly priced for being well balanced compared to the other tablets. For the others, it's all about looking good on paper, which is fine. But the tab I'm looking for is the one that links seamlessly to my phone. List me a phone where the tab stylus works seamlessly on it and the phone stylus working perfectly on the tab. you never get rid of Samsung. Time after time, this has been consistently mentioned on my channel. Don't recommend something that's perfect for you. What's perfect for you isn't perfect for the rest. Thank you so much for watching this interesting video. Yeah, I do stream on Twitch every Sunday if possible. Or not, I do some and skip on it and stuff like that. So yeah, do come out and hang out on Twitch and stuff like that. I have a Discord server, link in the description below. It's no one there, but please join. It's fun. It will be fun. Just start a conversation and stuff like that. It will be really cool. I really love to hang out with people like this as an introvert that's okay when it comes to talking to people via the internet. But when I look at people, I want to run away. But yeah, thank you so much for watching again. Subscribe, comment, and like. Oh, and yes, because I'm a Shopee affiliate, I have the affiliate link down, and this one will be my earpiece case that I use for my Buds FE. So if you're interested in a sandstone texture kind of case going on, go ahead. Use my link in the Shopee affiliate. Use my affiliate link down in the description below. Buy yourself the case. I do earn money from it. So that's a little disclaimer that I have to put out. Yeah, alright. I'll see what else I can post. Bye. Did I clap already?